the Chevy Tahoe. It's been the sales king for many years, and for 2025, it's receiving a big update. The Toyota Sequoia was also recently redesigned, and it's been consistently gaining popularity each year.
Two of America's most respected full-size SUVs. One from Japan's most reliable automaker, one from the heart of Detroit. The Toyota Sequoia and the Chevy Tahoe have been going head-to-head on American roads for decades. And if you're trying to decide between them right now, you're about to find out exactly which one deserves your money. We're going deep. No fluff, no filler. Let's get into it. The contenders. What you're actually buying. Before we compare a single spec, let's talk about what these two trucks actually represent. Because the history behind them matters when you're writing a check this size. The Chevy Tahoe has been a household name since 1995. It's the SUV that American families, police departments, and luxury buyers have trusted for nearly 30 years. The Tahoe is built on GM's T1 truck platform, the same bones as the Chevy Silverado, and it wears that truck DNA proudly. It's big, it's bold, and it comes with a long list of trim options. You're looking at the LS, LT, Z71, RST, Premier, and the range-topping High Country. That spread covers everything from a workhorse to a near-luxury hauler, and GM knows exactly how to market each one. The Toyota Sequoia is a different story. Toyota launched it in 2001 as their answer to the American full-size SUV segment, and for years it was a solid but somewhat overlooked competitor. Then Toyota did something bold in 2022. They scrapped the old V8 completely and rebuilt the Sequoia from the ground up around a twin-turbocharged V6 hybrid powertrain. That was a massive gamble in a segment where buyers traditionally expect displacement. Some people called it a mistake. The sales numbers and the fuel economy figures suggest otherwise. Today's Sequoia comes in SR5, Limited, Platinum, TRD Pro, and Capstone trims. The Capstone, in particular, positions itself as a genuine luxury competitor. Think captain's chairs, a 14-inch infotainment screen, and semi-aniline leather that you'd expect in something wearing a German badge. The TRD Pro, on the other hand, goes the other direction entirely, with lifted suspension and aggressive off-road hardware straight from the factory. Here's the key thing to understand going in. These two SUVs have diverged significantly in philosophy. The Tahoe is a traditional American truck-based SUV. It prioritizes flexibility, familiarity, and a wide range of powertrain and configuration options. The Sequoia has made a deliberate pivot toward efficiency, technology, and refinement. Which philosophy fits your life is really what this comparison is about. We're going to find out. Power and performance. Under the hood. Let's start where most people start. What's under the hood, and what can these trucks actually do? The Chevy Tahoe gives you choices. The base engine is a 5.3-liter V8, producing 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. Step up, and you can get a 6.2-liter V8 with 420 horsepower. That engine is genuinely strong, with a throaty sound that Tahoe buyers have come to love. There's also a 3.0-liter Duramax diesel available on certain trims, which delivers 277 horsepower but a substantial 460 pound-feet of torque. Excellent for towing heavy loads over long distances while keeping fuel costs manageable. The Tahoe's maximum tow rating with the 5.3 V8 and the max trailering package is 8,400 pounds. With the 6.2, you're looking at up to 8,300 pounds. The Toyota Sequoia does things differently. There is only one powertrain option, full stop. That's the twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6 hybrid. It produces 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. Read that again. 583 pound-feet of torque. That's more than either Tahoe V8, and it's available almost immediately thanks to the electric motor's instant response. The Sequoia can tow up to 9,000 pounds in properly equipped configurations, which actually edges out the Tahoe on that spec. In real-world driving, the Sequoia's hybrid system makes the truck feel effortlessly powerful. Merging onto highways, passing on two-lane roads, or pulling a loaded boat trailer, the torque is always right there. The Tahoe's V8S, particularly the 6.2, are no slouches either, but they feel more mechanical and traditional by comparison. Some people prefer that character. Others prefer the seamless surge of the hybrid. Fuel economy is where the story gets interesting. The Tahoe 5.3 V8, with rear-wheel drive, averages about 16 city and 22 highway. The 6.2 drops slightly. The diesel improves things, but adds cost and complexity. The Sequoia hybrid? 19 city and 24 highway in rear-wheel drive form. Meaningfully better, and that gap adds up significantly over a few years of ownership. If you drive 15,000 miles a year, the Sequoia's fuel savings could put hundreds of dollars back in your pocket annually. In this segment, efficiency was once a compromise. The Sequoia just made it a selling point. Interior and comfort. Living with it every day. Specs on paper tell one story. Living with a vehicle for years tells another. Let's talk about what it's actually like inside these two trucks day after day. The Chevy Tahoe has a strong interior game, especially in its upper trims. The Premier and High Country models offer genuine luxury materials. Open-pore wood trim, soft-touch surfaces throughout, heated and ventilated front and second-row seats, and a quiet cabin that has improved significantly with each generation. The current fourth-generation Tahoe, launched for 2021, finally moved the fuel tank out from under the second-row floor, which opened up a dramatically improved sliding and reclining second row. That was a long overdue fix, and it makes family road trips considerably more comfortable. Third-row access and comfort, however, remain the Tahoe's Achilles heel. The third row is best suited for children or shorter adults on shorter trips. Legroom back there is limited, headroom is acceptable but not generous, and if you have teenagers who insist on sitting in the back, they will let you know about it. Cargo space behind the third row is 25.5 cubic feet. Workable, but you'll feel the squeeze if you're loading up for a family vacation. The Sequoia's interior story depends heavily on which trim you choose. The base SR5 is honest and functional without being special, but step into a Platinum or Capstone and the experience changes dramatically. The Capstone, in particular, offers second-row captain's chairs with a massive amount of legroom, Ottoman-style footrests, and a rear seat entertainment system that makes long drives genuinely pleasant for passengers. The semi-aniline leather is soft and premium in a way that surprises people who associate Toyota with durability over luxury. The Sequoia also has a key structural advantage. Its third row is more livable. Taller passengers can actually sit back there for a full road trip without suffering, which matters enormously if you're regularly hauling a full vehicle of adults. Cargo space behind the third row is similar to the Tahoe's. Behind the second row, the Sequoia actually offers more total cargo volume, 86.9 cubic feet, with all seats folded, compared to the Tahoe's 122.9. Wait, scratch that. The Tahoe edges ahead in maximum cargo with the optional 8-inch floor in the cargo area. In real loading situations, both are large and practical, and most families will be well served by either. Technology and features. Modern expectations. Technology in full-size SUVs has become a genuine battleground. Buyers in this segment increasingly expect features that were reserved for luxury brands just a few years ago. Let's see where each truck stands. Chevy's infotainment system, Google built in on newer models, is one of the better implementations in the mainstream truck space. The standard 10.2-inch touchscreen is clear and responsive, and the available 10.2-inch diagonal display with Google's native Maps, voice assistant, and app ecosystem feels genuinely modern. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are available, and the over-the-air update capability means the system improves over time without a dealer visit. The Tahoe also gets a strong suite of safety tech across most trims: forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and rear cross-traffic alert. On the high country, you get a surround view camera system, enhanced automatic parking, and a head-up display that makes highway driving notably more relaxed. The Sequoia counters with Toyota's latest multimedia system centered on a 14-inch touchscreen, and the size difference is immediately obvious when you climb inside. The screen is large, clearly organized, and responds well to touch inputs. It supports both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, and Toyota's Safety Sense 2.5 comes standard across every single Sequoia trim. That's important. You don't have to spec up to get the full safety suite. Pre-collision system with pedestrian and cyclist detection, adaptive cruise control with lane centering, automatic high beams, and rear cross-traffic braking all come standard on every Sequoia sold. The Sequoia also has a trick up its sleeve with its available digital rear-view mirror, an actual camera feed displayed where your mirror would normally be, eliminating blind spots caused by passengers and cargo. It sounds gimmicky until you use it on a fully loaded trip. The Tahoe doesn't offer this feature. Where the Tahoe has an edge is in the breadth of available technology packages and the ability to configure your truck more precisely to what you want. The Sequoia gives you a strong baseline on every vehicle. The Tahoe gives you more choices on how to build up. For buyers who want to spec a specific combination of features without paying for a fully loaded trim, the Tahoe's flexibility is genuinely valuable. For buyers who want simplicity and don't want to worry about whether the safety system they need is included, the Sequoia's standard across-the-board approach wins. Off-road and capability, beyond the pavement. For many full-size SUV buyers, capability means more than just freeway driving. Whether you're towing a boat to the lake, hauling a camper through mountain passes, or actually taking your truck off the beaten path, both of these vehicles have something to offer. But they approach capability in very different ways. The Chevy Tahoe has the Z71 off-road package, which adds Rancho shocks, an electronic locking rear differential, skid plates, hill descent control, and a 2-speed transfer case. It's a solid package for buyers who want improved trail capability without going full extreme. The Z71 handles moderate dirt roads, light trails, and the kind of rough terrain you'd encounter getting to a remote campsite with dignity. For most buyers who venture off-road occasionally, it's more than adequate. The Toyota Sequoia's answer is the TRD Pro, and it's a considerably more serious piece of equipment. The TRD Pro gets a 2-inch factory lift via TRD-tuned front and rear Fox shocks, an electronic rear locker, underbody skid plates, and standard multi-terrain select with a crawl control system that manages throttle and braking on steep descents automatically. Toyota has been running TRD as a genuine performance division for decades, and the TRD Pro Sequoia reflects that seriousness. It's one of the most capable factory off-road full-size SUVs available in the American market. On the towing side, as mentioned earlier, the properly equipped Sequoia can pull up to 9,000 pounds, while the Tahoe tops out around 8,400 with the 5.3 V8. Both have trailer sway control, integrated trailer brake controllers on upper trims for Tahoe, standard on upper Sequoia trims, and hitch view cameras to help with backing up. The Tahoe diesel, if towing is your primary concern, delivers that massive torque figure of 460 pound-feet and actually makes a compelling case for itself on long towing runs thanks to better fuel economy under load. If off-road adventure is your priority, the Sequoia TRD Pro is frankly the better vehicle. If towing versatility, including the option of a diesel, matters more, the Tahoe deserves a longer look. For buyers who want a capable all-rounder for mixed use, both will serve you well. And the choice comes down to whether you need the extra factory lift and suspension kit that Toyota provides, or whether the Tahoe's Z71 package and broader trim flexibility suits your needs better. Reliability and ownership costs, the long game. In this price range, you're not just buying a vehicle. You're committing to a relationship. Maintenance costs, reliability records, fuel bills, and resale value will affect your financial life for years after the purchase. This section might be the most important one in the whole comparison. Toyota's reputation for long-term reliability is one of the most durable brand advantages in the automotive industry. Sequoia owners routinely report driving well past 200,000 miles with minimal major repairs, and older Sequoias with high mileage retain value in the used market, partly because buyers trust what they're getting. The current hybrid powertrain is relatively new. The twin-turbo V6 hybrid debuted in 2022. But Toyota's hybrid technology is deeply proven from the Prius to the RAV4 hybrid to the Tundra, and early reliability data on the new Sequoia has been encouraging. J.D. Power has ranked Toyota consistently near the top of long-term dependability studies. The Chevy Tahoe has a strong but more mixed reliability story. Recent generations have improved considerably, and the current platform has received better quality scores than previous iterations. However, Chevy and GM broadly have historically ranked below Toyota in long-term dependability surveys, and some Tahoe owners have reported issues with infotainment systems, transmission software, and fuel management systems over the years. The Tahoe is by no means an unreliable vehicle. Millions of Americans depend on them daily. But the data suggests that Toyota owners, on average, face fewer unplanned repair bills. Depreciation is another factor that surprises many buyers. Toyota Sequoias depreciate slowly, partly because of that reliability reputation and partly because the used market demand for them is strong. This means you'll get more of your money back when it's time to sell or trade in. The Tahoe depreciates at a somewhat faster rate, which actually works in favor of used Tahoe buyers, but against new Tahoe buyers. Fuel costs over a typical ownership period are also meaningful. Assuming 15,000 miles per year and current national average fuel prices, the Sequoia's hybrid efficiency advantage translates to roughly $500 to $800 in annual fuel savings depending on your driving mix. And that compounds over a 5 to 7 year ownership period into several $1,000s. The diesel Tahoe narrows this gap but adds a premium fuel cost and slightly higher maintenance complexity. Bottom line, if you're thinking about total cost of ownership rather than just sticker price, the Sequoia's case gets stronger the longer you run the numbers. Price and value. What the sticker doesn't tell you. Let's talk money. Because both of these trucks have climbed considerably in price over the past few years, and understanding where each dollar goes is essential before you walk into a dealership. The Chevy Tahoe starts at around $57,000 for the base LS trim. That's the entry point, and it gets you a functional, capable truck. But you're missing a number of features that many buyers consider essential, particularly around interior quality and safety tech. The LT, which runs around $62,000, is where most buyers actually spend their time because it adds the advanced safety suite, improved interior materials, and the power liftgate. The Z71 off-road package pushes the price toward $66,000. The Premier sits around $72,000, and the fully loaded High Country can exceed $82,000 before options. That's a significant range, and it means a Tahoe can fit a wide variety of budgets. The Toyota Sequoia starts at around $59,000 for the SR5. The Limited, which is the sweet spot for most buyers, runs approximately $66,000 to $68,000. The Platinum, with its larger screen, premium audio, and upgraded interior, approaches $72,000. The TRD Pro commands a premium for its off-road hardware, typically landing around $73,000. The Capstone, Toyota's full luxury flagship configuration, reaches into the $78,000 to $80,000 range, where it competes directly with the Tahoe High Country and effectively with the lower rungs of the Cadillac Escalade and Lincoln Navigator. At similar price points, the Sequoia generally includes more standard equipment. The fact that Toyota Safety Sense 2.5 comes on every trim is meaningful. On the Tahoe, some safety features are reserved for higher trims. The Sequoia's 14-inch screen is standard on Platinum and above. Getting comparable screen size on the Tahoe requires stepping up accordingly. In a direct trim-for-trim comparison around the $65,000 to $70,000 range, the Sequoia tends to offer more for the money in terms of technology and standard features. However, the Tahoe wins on flexibility. If you want a V8, and there are many buyers for whom a V8 with that particular sound and character matters, the Tahoe is your only option in this segment. If you want a diesel for serious towing work, same story. If you want a wider range of exterior color options, special editions, or performance packages, the Tahoe's broader lineup gives you more to work with. In short, the Sequoia gives you more value per dollar at a given price point, but the Tahoe gives you more choices in how you spend those dollars. The verdict: who should buy which? All right, we've put both trucks through 8 rounds, and it's time to stop hedging and give you a real answer. Buy the Toyota Sequoia if you prioritize long-term reliability above everything else. Toyota's track record is unmatched in this segment, and the Sequoia Hybrid's early data suggests it's continuing that tradition. You want the best fuel economy in class without sacrificing power? The hybrid drivetrain genuinely delivers both, and the 583 pound-feet of torque means you'll never feel like you made a compromise. You want a more modern, technology-forward vehicle? The standard safety suite across all trims and the large infotainment screen reflect Toyota's push to make the Sequoia feel current and competitive. You plan to keep your vehicle a long time. The Sequoia's slower depreciation and lower projected ownership costs make it the smarter financial choice over a 7 to 10-year window. You want serious off-road capability without aftermarket modifications. The TRD Pro is a purpose-built machine that most competitors in this class simply can't match from the factory. Buy the Chevy Tahoe if you want a traditional V8 experience. The sound, the character, and the simplicity of a naturally aspirated gas engine. Nothing else in this segment gives you that, and for buyers who value it, no hybrid substitutes. You need a diesel option for long-haul towing. The Duramax diesel with its torque and fuel efficiency is a legitimate working truck choice that the Sequoia simply doesn't offer. You want more flexibility in how you build and configure your truck? The Tahoe's wider trim and option range lets you spec more precisely. You're buying used? The Tahoe's faster depreciation means used buyers get exceptional value per dollar, and the V8 reliability record is proven over decades. You want a 3-row SUV that fits a tighter budget? The base Tahoe is available at a lower starting price than the Sequoia, and used inventory is abundant. Here's the honest bottom line. If you walked into a dealership today with an open mind and a $68,000 budget, the Sequoia is probably the better buy in 2024. It's more efficient, it's more powerful on paper, it comes better equipped, and it'll likely cost you less to own over time. But the Tahoe is not a lesser truck, it's a different truck. And for a significant portion of buyers, that V8, that diesel option, and that proven American formula is exactly what they want. Both of these vehicles will serve you well for a decade or more. The question is, which one fits your specific life? And now you have the information to make that call. So, Sequoia or Tahoe? Drop your pick in the comments right now. I want to know which one you'd drive off the lot today and why. If this comparison helped you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next full-size showdown. Because we've got some big ones coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.